FunwithManjusha. Hello friends, welcome back once again. This is Cell Level Acts, It Reacts, episode number 5. Let's move forward by having a quick recap and learn one major thing. In the last episodes, I explained you the main parts of a cell. Those are cytoplasm, cell membrane, nucleus, and cell organelles. It's important to know that cell membrane and nucleus are nothing but cell organelles. Yes, friends, cell membrane and nucleus are considered the organelles as they are responsible for carrying out specific functions for our life. Cytoplasm is not considered as a cell organelle because cytoplasm is the environment which fills the spaces of organelles of a cell. In another way, we can say that cytoplasm is the syrup of the cell and organelles. We shall now move forward towards the topic of this episode, which is nucleus. We have studied what nucleus is and its main function. Today, we would be learning about nucleus in detail. We know that nucleus is this part of the cell. We also know its main function, so let's move towards its other functions. Nucleus is highly important for all the cells as it is responsible for regulating the activities of a cell. It is also referred to as brain of cell and sometimes as the director of a cell. It contains the genetic material which is passed on to the next generations. Now let's remove the nucleus from the cell and study the parts of nucleus. The parts are nucleopore, chromatin, nucleolus, nucleoplasm, and nuclear envelope. Nuclear envelope is also known as nuclear membrane. Now let us move towards the parts of nucleus. Starting from the outermost to the innermost part, the first and the outermost part of a nucleus is the nuclear membrane. We know that nucleus is this part of the cell and the outline which surrounds the nucleus is called as the nuclear membrane. A nuclear membrane is an outline that encloses the cell's nucleus. It serves to separate the nucleus from the rest of the cell. Some of the cells have nuclear membrane while other, like bacteria, do not have nuclear membrane. And therefore, we would be studying about types of cells on the basis of nuclear membrane. There are two types of cells on such basis: eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are the type of cells in which the cells have well-organized nucleus which is covered by a nuclear membrane, while prokaryotic cells do not have a nuclear membrane and thus do not have a well-organized nucleus. Let us understand this concept with the help of a few figures. In this figure, you can see that the nucleus is surrounded by an outline, which is nuclear membrane, and therefore it can be termed as an eukaryotic cell. In this figure, you can see that the nucleus is not covered, that is not outlined by a nuclear membrane, and therefore it can be termed as a prokaryotic cell. The examples of eukaryotic cells are onion and human chick cells, and the examples of prokaryotic cells are bacteria and blue-green algae. Now let us study the second part of nucleus, which is nucleopore. This is a nucleus. The outline is the nuclear membrane and the holes in it are known as nucleopore. Let us understand the importance of this holes, or we can say nucleopore. The nucleopore is a protein-lined channel in the nuclear envelope that regulates the transportation of molecules between the nucleus and the cytoplasm, which helps for important processes like reproduction of cells. The third part of the nucleus is the nucleoplasm. We've studied about the nuclear membrane, nuclear pore, and now it's time for the nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm stores DNA and facilitates an isolated environment where controlled transcription and gene regulation is enabled. The fourth part is the chromatin. Chromatin is the purple part of the cell in this figure. Chromatin is a complex of DNA and proteins that forms chromosomes within the nucleus of eukaryotic cells. It is highly condensed and wrapped around the nucleus in order to fit inside the nucleus. The fifth part of the nucleus is the nucleolus, which is the innermost part of the nucleus. Its main function is to make ribosomal subunits from proteins and ribosomal RNA. This leads to the formation of incomplete ribosomes. It then sends the subunits out to the rest of the cell and forms complete ribosomes. The nucleolus plays a vital role in the making of proteins in the cell. While studying about chromatin, you must have heard about the word chromosomes. This black part, or we can say grayish part, is known as chromosomes, which is located inside the nucleus. Let us consider the blue figure as the cell, and inside it is the red figure, which is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, the structures are known as the chromosome. These are the thread-like structures which are located inside the nucleus of an animal and plant cell. Each chromosome is made up of protein and a single molecule of DNA. So in this chromosome is made up of a protein and only a single molecule of DNA. Thank you for watching today's video. This was it for today. We would be meeting in the next video wherein I would be explaining you the next part of the cells. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Namaste.